So there is a really interesting story about how the two of you came into contact after more than 10 years.
Okay, I'll start. I am walking through inner city Brisbane. I'm going to catch a train at Central, and there's this tunnel kind of goes in, and there's big staircases and stuff. And here in the tunnel is this musician. He's got his guitar out, his case on the ground, collecting some money. There's this man right here. I stop for about 20 seconds. I'm loving the music he's doing. He's doing sort of like this traditional Celtic sound. I toss him a few dollars, and then I think, I grab a card, I wrote a note on it, and I just tossed it in with the money. He never got the note that day. I'll hand it over to you now, bud.
Yeah, 15 years later, we worked out. I was in Belmont Hospital and I found the note on my bed. It had been dislodged from my guitar case lining, and I thought, is it another patient or what? And gave it a ring, and it was Ged Maybury answered, and the note said he was interested in recording a song and if I knew a singer. And I was willing to give it a go singing it. Ged encouraged me and kept going with it, and eventually ended up with a tune.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, it was meant to be.
A chance meeting, something like 15 years ago, with a huge gap in the middle. We finally meet up and we collaborate on a little piece of music.
Yeah, and we talked online on Messenger and on the phone and emails.
Mm-hmm.
And we bounced ideas off one another.
Mm-hmm.
Kept going, and I tried different things.
Tell us about the project you worked on together.
I had a song. Now, ironically, in that time frame, while this little note stayed stuck in your guitar case, I got on with meeting other people. I found a recording studio, I found a vocalist, I found a composer, and a vocal and an instrumentalist, and they've all become friends. I'm still in touch with all of these people. And increment by increment, we got this song together and got it recorded, and it is on YouTube, and it is called Across the Stonewind Sky. Now, why did I write a song? Well, big reveal. I'm a writer, and I've written a series of books, steampunk themed, for adults. I usually write for children. And the series of books is called the Across the Stonewind Sky series. And in book 2, this is book 1, in book 2, they go to the theatre. It's all set in Victorian era. And there's a show, it's like vaudeville, music hall. And the final show of the night is this strange little woman who comes out. She's almost like a pixie. She sits down with a lute and she sings this song, which is painful. It's about grief. It's about loss. It's about longing. It's about a sad woman who's been abandoned by her lover, by her man. He's gone off flying across the Stonewind sky in his airship, and she hasn't seen him for years. So the visualization is she's sitting on the airfield singing this song of heartbreak and longing and hope. Please come home. Fly across the Stonewind sky. Fly again to me. And I don't know, I just needed this song. I wrote it. It was in the book. And then after a while, I thought, let's make it the theme song to the book. I have made the claim that I am the first person in the world that has written the theme song to a book, not a movie, not a TV show, but a book. Recorded, it's out there. No one's challenged me on this. I'm still holding the world record here. That's the song.
How did the process of learning the music start?
Ged emailed me a copy of the score, which his friend Dale Jones wrote the music for, and Ged wrote the lyrics. And I worked out on the guitar the chords and the melody that was sung from the sheet, from the score. And I deliberately played the melody and the chords because I thought, how am I going to sing it without having that note to guide me? Because I couldn't sight read for singing. I can a bit for guitar.
Mm.
So that led me in the direction of recording it, and I had an old VR 1200 recording studio multi-track from early 2000s and began recording it.
They don't make them like they used to. Carry on.
They're good. They take a bit longer, but they're...
So you recorded
very
it multi-track because you needed to. You basically reinvented the whole music industry for your own needs.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you can read music for the guitar, but you can't read it to sing.
No,
That's
that's
curious.
right. I taught myself to sing. I play in a band and did rock music and wrote my own songs. And it made sense to me to have the note there to sing.
Mm-hmm.
Tell us about the first demo.
The first demo, I recorded one track with the chords, then one track with the melody line, and sang over the top. Only the singing didn't quite cut it, so went back and started again and enlisted 4-year support. They had a studio and a sound booth, so I thought there's going to be a better sound here.
Mm-hmm.
And but the positive thing that came out of it was a really good instrumental, I thought, with a violin synthesizer in the background and my guitar, my bass, and the melody line on the guitar, all classical guitar I used for that.
So when you finally got to the recording studio and put it all together, they added more to what you had.
Yes. And I had a tom for the beat behind the track, just keeping a steady beat.
Yes. Now, the story about that was that I wanted to support Anthony, and I knew people that had this recording studio. I've been there, they're friends of mine. They are Nate and Maria, and they live down in Eagleby. I did a podcast there, in fact, and they've been good friends of mine for a very long time. I've seen them performing on stage. They're a live band already. I thought that sounds like the perfect setup. I didn't know that they were going to go so far and add so much to this little project, but I'm really glad that they did. Was Nate in the recording session?
Nate wasn't in the session.
Okay, it's just you and Maria.
Took care of me, and
She is a genius.
she was excellent. She did the perfect performance.
Mm-hmm. How did that help you in your own personal journey? I know you've struggled with mental health issues and stuff.
Yes, it made me see that where there's a will, there is a way. And if you persevere with things, you can get magical things can happen and great results can occur. And also that, you can finalize things and finish them. And it may not turn out the exact way you plan, but it still turns out to be something fantastic and genuine.
How did the recording proceed after this?
Yeah, we got Ged started a messenger group. So I talked to Nate and Maria and Ged, and she was interested in doing the vocals.
Mm-hmm.
And asked me what style, where the theatre would be suitable, and I said I chose theatre because my friend said theatre, and I knew that Ged had been involved in theatre, so it seemed like a logical choice.
And yes, and she delivered the voice that you needed.
Yes.
Yeah. What I loved about the whole process, not just the remarkable how that note stayed in the guitar case for something like 15 years and then was rediscovered, but how the collaboration evolved. And I would like to encourage anybody who's listening to this podcast, if you're a creative, you're a musician, a writer, a poet, anything, find allies. Work in a collaborative way. It is absolutely the best and most magical way to be creative. Don't try and go alone. My own backstory as a creative person, a performance poet and a writer and a theatre person, so I was always working with other people. We would put stuff together with what we had on hand, literally working with what we had. The masks, the music, the ideas, and we'd create a children's theatre show on the fly, just within the space of 1 hour. It would just kind of magically evolve from everybody's contribution. And it's a magical process, collaboration. Yeah, I can't praise it enough.
What obstacles had to be overcome?
Okay, when I turned up from Maria's, my paid lift took me to the wrong address. It was only a street away around the corner, and phoned Maria, and she knew where I was, that they dropped me off one street away and got me to walk up the street around the corner and met her out the front of her place. Then we went into her studio and she delivered the perfect performance for the piece.
Yeah. So the obstacle was getting lost.
Yes.
And how did you cope? Did you panic?
I didn't panic too much because I had Maria's number, so that was reassuring.
Yeah. So you just stepped up and you dealt with the problem and
Yeah, and overcame it. And
awesome, mate. Yeah, because I have anxiety myself. I can panic. And panic is just destroys your functionality. So I had to really,
yes, I've had it in the past.
you have had panic problems before.
Yeah, anxiety in particular.
So you hit this one and you rode right over it,
Yes.
dealt, and got to the recording session.
Yeah, it wasn't too hard.
Dude.
It was still, thank you.
Nice. What did you learn from this collaboration?
Yeah, I think I said earlier, where there's a will, there's a way, and you can persevere with things, and it has a way of working out if everyone works together and forms a team, and communication is essential, I think, too.
Mm-hmm.
So we all talked about what we wanted and what we were trying to do.
Well, what did I learn from this collaboration? It was to step out of the spotlight, to get off the stage and basically just manage everyone else to get up there with the resources they need and be amazing. I have a tendency to want to be in the middle and, be in charge and, get it my way. But to step away, to be in the producer's seat, it's a very different thing to being in the performer's seat. And it's about ego and stepping back from needing to be in control of everything and letting other people find their own magic. That was my big lesson.
And Ged suggested that I have an instrumental part to lead in the song, was one of his suggestions, to set the mood, so I didn't go straight into the song. So we had like one whole cycle of the song, then the lyrics started and there was another cycle of the song.
Mm-hmm. Maybe I just have an instinct for this sort of stuff.
Yeah.
Because Anthony didn't find the note, and I did want to do this song and, be the world first at having a song as the theme song of a book, I found my own musicians. I found my own vocalists. I found my own simply by asking people, really. Do you know anybody? Do you know a composer? I was actually in a men's group, a men's circle, and we're talking about our issues and our life and our growth and stuff. And suddenly it's like, Dale, did you just say you're a composer? Yeah. What sort of composer do you do? Well, it's sort of classic and stuff. And it's like, I got these words. And I just wondered whether you'd have a look and see if you can come up with the right kind of song that you feel. I just gave it to him. He came up with this beautiful Irish quality, this very Celtic, traditional feel. It's like, bam, perfect. And that's how I found my vocalists. That's how just asking people, do you know somebody? It's a powerful tool. Just ask around people. There's no yellow pages anymore. It's just your friends on Facebook. Put it out there. Take the risk. And this team came together, and we had a recording studio called the Bat Cave, and it was a very elaborate process. I watched it, and a couple of things I had to learn was shut up. sit back and let other people find the magic. And we recorded it. It's on YouTube. It's called Across the Stonewind Sky. It's had about 3,500 views now. And we filmed a sequence too, where all of the local steampunk crowd here in Brisbane. We got together on several days and did some film shoots. And a lot of people worked voluntarily. Collaboration, once again. I had directors and a DOP, if you know your tech word. DOP, it stands for Director of Photography. Brilliant woman. She won an award a few months later. Student Cinematographer of the Year award for Australia, New Zealand and Southeast Asia. Goldie Soentiento was her name. I had this most amazing team just come together working for me. So, anyone can go on YouTube and look at this. That's version 1, but then Dale, the composer, is working with a men's choir. He suddenly, sends me a message one day, Ged, come out, I'm doing a show and we're putting on your song. So I get there and there's this crowd of people and there's men who sang my song in a highly different way. It was awesome. I wish someone had recorded that. It was spooky, man. And apparently he went off and he did another version somewhere else. Sally Ann, who was my vocalist, she is an how do you say it? A cappella singer. And she just decided to do her version of my song, just with her own style. And that's on YouTube somewhere. And my instrumentalist, Chris Matheson, I've known him for many years through men's groups again. He used to play in a Pink Floyd tribute band. He loves his Pink Floyd. And he took the song away, tinkered it up, did it his own way, some of my words and some of his own way. And it briefly was the top song for Christian music in the world somewhere back in about 2017, because at the time he was very into Christian spirituality, and he did a version of this song where he's singing to, what's her name? Mary. The Mary character in the Bible, and so my song was a world-leading Christian spiritual inspirational song. Whoa! So, 5 different versions now with Anthony's. Here you go. So this song's kind of got a strange life of its own, hasn't it?
Thank you so much for the opportunity.
My pleasure, man. It was a good challenge for me to step back and let someone else just go.
Thank you.
Oh, yeah. And that's the magic of collaboration. I can't praise it enough. And I encourage anyone out there who's got a song, got an instrument, needs to take their art further, get together with other people, give them a bit of room to do their own thing, and work together on it. It's magic, people. It's magic. Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you.
Star